What's up, average viewers? The final episode of the Moonknight series, or as my fiance calls it, Moonshine. Why? Because it's funny. What? You thought it was because women don't know comics or superheroes? You don't think women can make jokes or be funny, huh? Do ya? Well, you're right. Does the climax of Moonshine pay off and honor the great episodes that came before, or does it follow the same trend as WandaVision and Black Falcon as sucking? Stick around to find out in this spoiler review of Moonknight. Alright, you guys, as I mentioned before, this is a spoiler review. So if you have not seen the last episode or any other episodes and you want to avoid spoilers, then this is your last warning. Click away to some other top-notch Pulitzer Prize, Emmy-nominated, Oscar-winning content on my channel. If you haven't seen the show, but you're a thug who don't care about no spoilers, then keep watching and hit me up after the video because you live life on the wild side and we should totally hang. Episode 6 kicks off with Mark in the Field of Reeds after fighting off the undead army from the sands of Duat. Stephen was left behind to perish in the sands, and Harrow is on his way to release Amit. In my opinion, the best part of this episode is watching Ethan Hawke's performance as Harrow. Harrow? I don't know. I feel like they pronounce it differently in the show. So far, he's been a charismatic cult leader. He has been calling the shots, and we watch him indoctrinate his disciples with this ideology. But in this episode, we get to watch him submit his will to Amit and humble himself even to the dust. It's such a nuanced performance. Harrow goes from leader who claims to be servant and then to actually a servant, and you can just see it in his face as he acts in faith to accept his fate with the unbalanced scales. But accepting his demise is a hard decision. It's just a great performance. He has definitely been one of the strong points of the show. I love how his character is written. I love watching a villain so committed to their ideology. He says things like heal the world. He truly believes in what he's doing. On the other hand, I feel like Layla is more lazily written. Her character kind of jumps around and teleports in order to save the day, and there's just not sufficient explanation for it. Like, at one part, she is suddenly disguised as part of Harrow's crew, but the last place we saw her was in the tomb alone. I don't know, maybe I'm just being hard on her because I'm sexist, and I don't like powerful women being portrayed, because the more and more that happens, the patriarchy is just gonna topple over and crush me. But seriously, her character hasn't been my favorite. I do think that May Kalamaui, is that actually her name? Maybe it's May Kalamaui. She's doing an excellent job with what she was given. She was awesome in the scenes of her switching between Layla and Tawaret. Of course, Oscar does a great job again. He's been great so far, talking to himself as Stephen and Mark, but I love watching him now switch back and forth every other sentence between Mark and Stephen as one unified person. The two truly have become one flesh. Episode 6 had a lot to live up to. Episode 5, I think, was the peak. It was emotional, it was layered, it was well performed. It built up the stakes so well, and it was original. I don't know of anything else that exists where one personality is trying to discover its origins inside of the memories of the other. Unfortunately, you guys, episode 6, in my opinion, fell short of what could have been offered as a climax to this story. First off, I just think Amit was disappointing. It was sort of like, okay, everything has been leading to this moment and the payoff was not great. Plus, she was only on screen for like 3 minutes maybe. Don't fact check me on that. Please, go live a life. Don't rewatch this episode with a stopwatch. You're better than that. Also, is it just me or is anyone else confused at like the point of avatars? At one point, Layla asks Khonshu, how do we stop Amit? And Khonshu's like, with an avatar, or I need an avatar or something. But later he's fighting Amit hand to hand. I just don't get the function and the mechanics of avatars all the time. Like, sometimes they are completely possessed by the gods and other times they are just imbued with power. But yet it's like all the gods act like avatars are necessary all the time for them to do anything. And it's always the solution to have an avatar. I just don't see why when it seems like they can interact with the world just fine. Look, maybe this got explained and I just missed it. And you guys can totally dab on me in the comments if that's true. I just feel like there are a lot of moments in this show that require like explained videos, like Avatars Explained or Moonknight's powers explained. I get that some of these things are mysteries that will be unfolded, but we're at the end of the show, maybe the series, and I don't know what the crap is going on. I'm just an average viewer. I don't have time to watch explained videos for things that the show didn't do a good job at explaining. Like, even if you disagree with me, you have to admit that there are moments in this show where things just happen or things are just said and you don't know why they are said. Like the doors to life are opened for Mark and Stephen, and the reason is, oh, Osiris is a softie. And then they get back and they tell Khonshu, hey, we saved your life. But the bruv just teleported away. I don't know how the heck they saved him. Maybe you think I'm being picky, and I am. It's just that the show was something special until it had to do the big climactic fight at the end and just undermined what came before. There are a lot of cool things that happen in this episode. Yes, I think Layla's suit is awesome and super cool. I think it's cool how Steven and Mark switch off during the fight and their suit changes. But even those moments are diminished because of what I think is studio interference and standards. Now listen, the suit switching off is cool, but I think what's disappointing is that there are no differences in fighting style or personality when those changes happen. We don't see Steven take a more intelligent and less brutal approach. He just hurts and likely kills people the same way Mark does. That could be a plot hole, maybe a writing issue, but if it's not, then it's just simply a missed opportunity in my mind. I'm also disappointed that we're at the end of the series and I'm still not even sure if I could tell you what Moonknight's powers are. Like, what are the full capabilities of the suit? I don't know. He like straight up flies in this one. Another example, Layla is a really cool superhero, but then at one point, the flow of the scene is interrupted when she gets asked by some girl, hey, are you an Egyptian superhero? She's like, I am. It's like, really? Guys, we get it. There's increasing representation on screen for everyone, and that's great. But don't give yourself a pat on the back in the middle of an episode. Just let it be. Just let it exist. Don't signal all your virtues, please. Your virtues are showing.
Your genius is showing.
Where?
Alright, you guys, that's pretty much all I have. Overall, the episode kind of left me going, huh? That's it? That's how it ended? But not in a way that's like, wow, I want more. I mean, I do want more. I like these characters, but it was more like a letdown. They're just like chanting a spell all of a sudden, and then Amit is inside Harrow.
That's what she said.
Oh, speaking of this, I'm so tired of heroes not killing their villains. Everyone be acting like they're Batman with this no killing honor code. Literally, Moon Knight has no issue killing people. He did it all the time throughout this show and this episode. But when it comes to the villain, they just never freaking kill him. It's so annoying. They suddenly imposed this no kill rule that didn't exist before. It happens in every Marvel movie, I swear. They kill so many people the whole show. Marvel superheroes have no problem killing people in battle until it comes to the final boss fight. If that bothers you too, let me know. I hope I'm not the only one. But yeah, in conclusion, I think you should give the show a watch, even if it's just to honor the first 5 episodes and how great they were. But the 6th episode leaves something to be desired. Alright, you guys, let me know in the comments down below, do you agree with me or do you hate my stupid face and my opinions? Either way, click the subscribe button and that bell so I can see your beautiful face in the next video. As always, Mom, thanks for watching, and the rest of you, stay average.